Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to look at Rankle, Master of Pranks. This is basically just mono black control. So let's go and get right into it. Basically, whenever Rankle attacks or deals damage to a player, you choose any number of the following options, which are each player discards, loses 1 life, and draws a card, or each player attacks a creature. So you have a lot of things that deal with that. Shrinking Affliction, because people aren't really gonna have cards in their hand, so they might as well lose life for it. We have a lot of 2 mana and 2 to 3 mana creatures we want to get back, so Unearth is fine. Soul Ring, Rumors, everybody discards, loses life, mills. Quest of Nalstone, it's basically just Shrinking Affliction, but it's 5 damage, and you have to put counters on it. Smallpox is so disgusting. A Silent Visitor. This is here because like we run out of cards quickly, and so it just refills your hand, and nobody else is gonna have cards really. So Tithing Blade. Each opponent attacks a creature. This does the same thing basically. Burglar Rat. It's an ETB discard. Flunk is really good removal for this deck. Gets around indestructible. Virus Beetle. Deck dies. Mind Swords is interesting. So if you control a swamp, you can sack a creature instead of paying its mana cost. Each player removes 2 cards from their hand from the game. It is exile the cards, I believe, but so it's like old wording for exile, but it still gets the point across. You can basically cast it for free. Bile, they're really good against like token decks. This zombie, whenever you draw a card, if you have no cards in your hand, you draw another one, lose a life. Waste Not is insane. Extract a Confession. Everybody just sacks a creature. Another Edict, basically. Demonic Council is good in basically every deck it's in. Feed the Swarm. Enchantment removal. Night's Whisper. You lose life, draw some cards. Collector Vault. You make treasure tokens and it filters. This card's really good. Whenever opponent discards a card, they lose 2 life. So obviously it needs to be put in here. Go to Triumph. Bandit's Tower's insane. Basically another Punisher card for not having cards in hand for your opponents. Tico Transmission. Basically just draw more cards. I mean, you could probably take it out, but Desolation's really funny. Oppression. Cry the Cranium's a board wiped for weak creatures. Hypnotic Spectre, because why not? Arterial Flow. Bottomless Pit, so they discard at random, and it's really funny. Dark Deal. Megrim's also really good. It's basically another Punisher for whenever someone discards a card. Dave, another Shrinking Affliction effect, also make 1 person discard. This is just here for a mid-range value threat where you basically make people, you get like a bunch of 1/1s, so whenever you cast the instant sorcery. Pox does what Smallpox does, but goes for 1/3. Last Reckoning, it's alright, it's a board wipe. Liliana, Doomsday, Confluence, Underworld Dreams, because one of the ways people try to get around this card is by drawing a lot of cards. This is another Punisher effect for when they draw. Creation of Apophis, really good. Need to have a Ensnaring Bridge. Braids, Frightful Return. May sack a creature. If you do, each opponent discards a card. And then it gets some more value. And then this last part isn't that good, but you know, basically it's an interesting value piece over time. Servant, Tutor, um, Entropic Battle Cruiser. Whenever an opponent discards a card, they lose 3 life. That's basically all it. And then you can transform it later into a 3/10 with flying and Death Touch, because why not? Whenever it attacks, each opponent discards a card, and then each opponent who can't loses life. So it continues feeding the fire. Extinction Event, a board wipe, Rakdos Wake, another Punisher effect for discard. Ritual of Suit, Ashiok is, it's alright in this deck. Sorin, Pestilence is really good against small creature decks. It's also just possibly a finisher where you can just dump all your mana into the dealing damage and try to win the game. Siphon Mine, great card. Fell Spectre, Fate Unraveler is another Punisher effect for drawing cards. Scavenger Regent, it's just a really good card overall. It's a board wipe, and also you can make it a creature later, but it's a recurring board wipe too. So Unnerve, because it shuffles itself back into the deck. Unnerve, everybody discards, is up to you. 2. Liliana, Waker of the Dead, it's really good. Refurbish Familiar, when it enters, each opponent discards a card, and if they can't, you draw a card. Geth's Grimoire is insane. Whenever they discard, you draw a card. It's basically like Waste Not, but like you always draw. Obnixilis, destroy target creatures, controller draws 2 cards. Then we have Painful Quandary, obviously. Obnixilis, and then Gary, and then the last card, which is Tassiger's Cruelty. So it has Delve, so it actually doesn't cost 6, it costs basically 1 mana. But yeah, then the last card I want to show is Reach Sanitarium. The rest are just lands, or basic lands, swamps. And yeah, that's the whole deck. I'm kind of, personally, I'll be honest, I'm kind of tired of playing it, so I did put this up for online for sale somewhere. So if anybody's interested, I guess, feel free to shoot me an offer on eBay. And that's about it.